This is part 3 of my book embroidery sweatshirt project. Plan is for this to encapsulate May and June. It is May 13th. Yes, May 13th, 2026. It's Wednesday. And yesterday I started the 10th book of the year. So I finally started another book. This one is relative. It's shorter than the other ones have been, which I think is a good kind of jumping off point, just to kind of get me back into it. It is called The Full Moon Coffee Shop. The Full Moon Coffee Shop, and I'm like, I just started it the other day, and I'm something like a sixth. I'm not very far into it at all, but I'm liking it so far. It's different, which I definitely appreciate. Another thing that I have been appreciating so far is that there have been references to romance. There have been allusions to romance, but there hasn't been anything yet, I should say. I should definitely say yet. And it's interesting enough. It has an interesting enough premise so far that I'm willing to hear it out. It's a short book, so in comparison to all of these other ones, obviously have no idea what I'm doing for the patchwork for the embroidery piece. I'm gonna finish before I make any like actual decisions, but I'm just glad that I'm actually getting back into it. I had a couple, like I bought several like physical books, so hopefully I'll be getting to those ones and I'll be able to show off the book and like specific passages, because other ones that I haven't really been able to like tell you specific things about is because I either listened to it as an audiobook or I read it digitally, and it feels weird for me to like grab my phone or grab my e-reader. Today is May 26th, 2026. And I have finished my 10th book of the year. Yep. It is called The Full Moon Coffee Shop. It was a translation from, I should have this written down. I will go ahead and write down the name of the original author and also the person who translated it. It was a okay book. I'm working on the design as we speak. I'm gonna do a big full moon, not that big. I'm gonna do a full moon with the Aquarius constellation, I think, is what I want to do inside of it. I don't know, I haven't drawn it up yet, so I don't know what it's gonna look like, but there we go. 10th book of the year, first book of May. I am getting ready to read the second book of May, or the 11th book of the year. It is a continuation of the Game Changer series. It's the 5th book. It's called Role Model. And based on the little bit that I know about the book, I have a couple of ideas for what the embroidery could be, but I'm not even gonna start considering them until I like am at least halfway through the book. The Full Moon Coffee Shop, I have decided that the embroidery that I'm planning on is going to remain the same. However, I think I'm going to do something very similar with the moon that I did with Verity Vox, which is I'm going to find some like cream colored material and probably get some polyfill and kind of puff it out and attach that to the sweatshirt, so it's not like just a embroidered blob. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do the Aquarius constellation on top of that, so it'll be another different texture. Okay, update. Today is May 27th, 2026. I actually didn't start role models yesterday. I did start it today, this morning, and I finished it. I literally just finished it. I'm in the process of doing laundry right now, so I've had time to do that. Role model. It's the 5th book in the Game Changer series, and it is the 11th book of the year. Pretty good book. Pretty good book. I'm glad that I didn't decide on a design yet, because my first one, just so you know, spoilers, I'm shocked if you don't think I'm going to talk about these books as I'm telling you that I've read them and then embroidering bits onto a sweatshirt, but I'm talking about it, so spoilers. So what I had thought, because this is about Troy and Harris. Harris is a social media manager for this hockey team, and I had thought, I'm like, oh, this will be a way to do kind of an easy one, but also one that no one's gonna understand if they know that this is about books. Because I was thinking of just doing like the Instagram, what's it called, a widget, the app logo, maybe in rainbow, but probably just like the OG one. Ooh, no, I don't know. This is what I was going to do. And then I read the book, and yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that anymore. I think I'm going to do the... So at one point they talk about a pin, and it's very significantly a pin that Barrett gets for Harris. It's in chapter 11. In this edition, it is page 129, close to the bottom. Well, it's about mid-page. It says he's at a gay bar. He's at the Kingfisher. And this is talking about Troy. Troy Barrett, for the uninitiated. His gaze landed on a bulletin board behind the bar that was neatly displaying flyers for various upcoming events. In one corner, there was a small enamel pin in the shape of an apple with a rainbow flag heart in the middle. And that's what I wanted to do. So it will be I guess the outline of a apple. No bites taken out of it, but just an apple. And then inside of it is going to have a heart with a rainbow flag. Do I know what book I'm going to read next? Not yet. Not yet. It is May 31st, and I just finished the 10th patch of the year. 10th. I want to call this an embroidery piece, but it is the least embroidery-y piece I've done so far. So it was for the book Full Moon Coffee Shop. And there we go. This is a full moon made with some muslin. And I did the constellation of Aquarius inside of it. It is June 4th. Yes, June 4th, 2026. And I have my 11th patch completed, which is the 5th book in the Game Changer series by Reid. And it's so cute. I got this done last night. It's so cute. I'm pretty sure, like with everything else, every other time that I've used my hoop, it has shrunk. And I don't want it to, because it took me forever to figure out the sizing for this. I started way too big, and then I, went between being way too small and way too big a couple of times before I landed on this. And I like this size, but like I said, I'm pretty sure it's going to shrink once it's been washed. Today's June 16th, 2026, and I literally just finished book number 12 for the year. It's called First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. It's alright. Anyway, this is the first book that I finished in June. It's about calling into a radio station, right? Or it's about a lot else to do with that, but that's like the inciting thing, is calling into a radio station. And so I'm thinking I want to do one of those microphones. It's one of those microphones that has like the long arm, the crane arm. And then I was thinking maybe do like those big headphones like looped over the end, but in pastel. It's June 19, 2026. Friday. Is it? I think it's the 12th book of the year. Oh shit. I don't know. I think it's the 12th book. Should be better at this. I've started the long game, which is the most recent offering, I suppose, of the Game Changer series. I think I'm on like chapter 4, and I don't know if I am currently in the right headspace to be listening to it. We'll see, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, I'm only on like chapter 4. I think I'm like 15% of the way through. It's good. I think, like based on the math and everything, I think this is set, the very first portion at least, is set in 2019, I believe. Both of the boys are 29-ish. Yeah, they're 29. So my math says 2019, but I think this was written quite a while ago. So I wouldn't be surprised if this was written pre-2020, but is set in 2020. So none of us knew what was happening. Because they're having just a regular hockey season, yeah, so far, and it's that's not what happened in 2020. I've started on it, so I was wrong. The long game was not book 13, it was book it wasn't book 12, it was book 13. It is June 22nd, 2026. I have been thinking about what I want this patch to look like for a while, because I had the book and I've been thinking about it. I really want to do something like this, just like a zoom in on this part with maybe a little bit of their hockey sticks and then their like pinkies like interconnected. It looks really adorable, and it's something I've been thinking about since I saw this cover. 4th book of this video. I don't know if I should, in theory, I should be able to get at least one more, because it's just the 22nd, but I don't know which one, and I don't know. June 25th, 2026. I finally finished the design for book number 12, which was First Time Caller, and this is what I've decided on. Kind of cute. I don't know how I feel about the little heart there with the wire. As I was doing it, I'm like, we'll see how I feel about it. I might just end up having the wire just be this part around. I don't know if I want the heart to be there. Don't know if I want the heart to be there. And then I'm doing very, I don't know if this is the correct word for it, but I guess unconventional colors for this, because one of the reasons I want to do kind of unconventional colors is because the book itself has like a lot of pinks and oranges going on. I know that the headphones here are like blue. I don't know. I think the colors that I've decided on for this is the microphone is going to be one color, the headphones are going to be a different color, and then the cord is just going to be like black or white. And the colors that I've decided on are like a pretty pastel pink color and like a mint green. And I think I have already talked to you about the fact that I had wanted to do the hand-holdy bit for the 13th book, the cute little handhold thing while they're both holding on to their hockey sticks. But I think I'm gonna do the plastic rings instead. But what I imagined when I was thinking of plastic rings was the little plastic rings that you get on top of cupcakes, because that's the only plastic rings that we had when I was growing up. But every time I was trying to look it up, it was a much more substantial plastic ring, or what was clearly or looked like a plastic ring, and so I'm still deciding on that. But that does feel like it's gonna be, that's probably gonna be what it is, just because I'm also not very good at drawing hands. So we'll see, I guess. I went with the heart rings. This is pretty big. I don't care. I'm okay with that. What I do care about is that the cupcake topper type look that I was going for just kept looking weird every time I tried to draw it out. So I went with something else. I was having a hard time getting proportions right with it, so I did fix a little bit with this purple, but this is roughly what I'm going for. I believe this one is going to be the pink one and this one's going to be the purple one. I don't think it said in the book who got which color. I don't think it matters too much. So this is 12 and this is 13, and I know that this one is significantly bigger than this one. That's because I like this book a lot better. Don't read that into all of the other ones that I've done, because that's not always the case. Sometimes I just like the embroidery bigger, and other times I'm just not very good at portioning things out. There we go. That looked terrible. I'm sorry you had to see that. But here we go, and I think I'm going to put them on at the same time. I think I'm going to go ahead and use this, and if I put both of them on the sweatshirt on the hoop, I'll be able to get them a little bit closer so that I don't have to have so much negative space on my sweatshirt sleeve. It's June 27th, 2026. It is entirely too hot to turn off my AC, so you're going to have to deal. I went out for one of my siblings' birthdays. Happy birthday. And we did a bunch of stuff, but one of the things that we did is we went to this store called Medusa Gothic, and they have a bunch of just stuff there. It is a very curated bunch of stuff, and I love it. But one of the things they had there was like a whole wall of stickers, and they had several patches and pins, and it was great. One of the patches they had there was this beauty. Ta-da! It's really cute. It says, "Catch me reading dusty old tomes." They did also have it as a sticker, but I decided to get the patch because of the sweatshirt I'm working on. I think that I want to do some type of patch like here on the sweatshirt. It's like, obviously this isn't a patch that I put together because mine don't look anywhere near this professional. However, I could like have it like here or maybe on the back, but I think I want it like right here. But we'll see. Not turning my air conditioner off. It is hot, but I do think it's gonna rain today, so hopefully I'll be able to turn it off at some point. It is July 7th, 2026. And this last weekend at work, someone brought stickers. Someone brought stickers, and I felt the need to share this to you because one of them, super relevant to this video, is very similar to one of the embroidery pieces that I'm currently working on for first time caller. And it's this guy. It says Born to Yap, but the pink microphone is particularly what I'm talking about. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what I'm currently working on right now. This is the conclusion of the third part of the embroidery project I'm working on. I encompassed May and June, and I'm very upset that I read 4 books. 4 books were read, but I only completed 2 bits of embroidery. I'm working on a 3rd one. The 4th one is all designed and stuck on the sweatshirt, so when I get to it I can just keep going. But it was Role Model, Full Moon Coffee Shop, First Time Caller, and The Long Game. There we go. Anyway, I would get there. Good Lord. So that brings my total this year up to 13, I believe. Yes. 13 so far. I am on track. As of right now, I am not going to talk about anything that I've done in July yet because this isn't for July. This is the end of part 3. So, I guess look forward to part 4, like I said, in mid-September. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.